I would like to thank Ashton Lewis for sending me this story. It's coming out of Las Vegas, where Uber, not the company itself, but one of their drivers displayed racism to one of their customers. So this woman by the name of Tanisha Travis was coming out of a grocery store, and she needed an Uber to come and pick her up and take her home. Well, when she requested the Uber for her daughter, let's just say some racist shit ensued. Now, they haven't released the name of the person. They just said that the name that came across the screen was just Michael. So we don't have a last name. That's just the name that they went by. They said that the driver actually canceled her ride and left a rather vulgar message. Now, I don't know what the message is, but we're going to find out as I read this article coming from the Atlanta Black Star. It says a young mother who penned for an Uber on Saturday was stunned after the driver canceled her ride and sent her a vulgar message. Tanisha Travis says she was grocery shopping at a local grocery store in Las Vegas when she requested an Uber XL for her and her daughter that evening. However, she was unprepared for the events that happened next. Around 6:42 p.m., an Uber driver by the name of Michael allegedly canceled Travis's ride as she and her daughter were still waiting at Smith's. He also sent the mother an extremely racist message that read, "Great, another nigger from Smith's buying grocery for 6 kids, said, fuck off nigger," and canceled the ride. Travis told 8 News Now that Michael racially profiled her based off of her name and said she doesn't have a picture of herself on the app. She reported the incident to the driving company and encouraged others to speak out if they too experienced a similar incident. Unfortunately, some people are naive that stuff like this does happen. Speak up if anything like this happens to anybody else, the Las Vegas mother expressed. The senior communications associate of Uber, Andrew Hasbun, was made aware of the incident and stated this is beyond offensive and has no place in society. The driver has been removed from the app. The incident followed shortly after a black passenger in Florida reported that he was being harassed by his white Uber driver. I remember hearing about that story. I just didn't do a video about it, but it was a black guy who was in the Uber where the white driver was actually sitting there driving while he knows this black passenger, clearly because he picked him up, is in the back seat, and he's recording him, and he's just going off on this racist tangent. And see, the thing is, a lot of white people have gotten so comfortable and emboldened with their racism that they don't care when the shit comes out until the pressure is put onto them, whether it hurts them financially or they lose their job or it makes them a pariah of sorts. And then that's when they're sorry. That's why I said most of them do not know how to give a genuine apology, because they only apologize when their back is against the wall. You're supposed to give a genuine apology before something like that actually happens. That's why many of their apologies should not be accepted or forgiven. It says Uber also responded to the racial Florida incident and stated, as soon as we were made aware of this, we removed the driver's access from the app. Now, see, what I like about this is that Uber is not tiptoeing with these kinds of situations, because they know if they don't, they can lose a lot of customers, and they have to think about their bottom line. And their bottom line is making money and helping, other people wanting to make money too on the side, because a lot of people do Uber as a part-time gig, and they don't want to lose not only potential clients but also potential employees. So they know, they've learned from past corporations dragging their feet with this kind of thing that they can lose money. So they're like, nope, we got to get rid of the person ASAP. That's why I say that black people have a lot of more power than many of them would think to believe. Because imagine if Uber just let this drag on and it didn't happen. Guess how many people would leave Uber and end up going to Lyft? And Lyft is their direct competition. Is Uber and Lyft. I don't know if there's a third party, but Uber and Lyft, those are the ones that are in competition with each other. And they don't want that to happen. So they like, no, we got to nip this in the bud the minute that it comes across our desk and, get rid of this person. But this person should also be dealt with on a more criminal level too, because that right there constitutes as a hate crime. But then a lot of states do not constitute, or they don't have a hate crime law. I truly believe every state should have a hate crime law. But then again, that might be risky because they'll try to manipulate it to their own liking. And then if a black person say, oh, this was a hate crime, and it could be very well a hate crime, they'll say, oh, well, and then they'll start making all these stipulations. But if it's a hate crime against someone else, then, oh, yep, it was a hate crime. We got to get them. But yeah, y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links to the merch will be down below. I have 10 shirts sold so far. The goal is 24, so we can start processing. I'll talk to y'all in the next one.